If you want perfect cup, it's not espresso, but white porcelain with a real gold on the top or gold ring. This is the perfect cup of coffee. I used to finance coffee. A few years ago, I was one of the 10 biggest financiers of US made coffee. And I'm getting the best possible coffee made in the US. Then my hobby to find the best formula. Like a monk, every day I change the formula until I nail down the perfect cup. We don't understand why they need. And if we're looking on the insurance industry, the InsurTech, beyond the US, look in Israel, in Europe, in a few other spots, the regulation is not as heavy as here. People asking why we need, in the seed round or round A, why we need investment banker. And the answer is very simple. Like any other business, you focus. When you start a business, you focus on your own business. You have to build a team, you develop a product, you develop a relationship. The last things you have time to do is develop a pitch, develop strategy, learn regulation, whether they are little or a lot. It takes a lot of time. And lawyers and accountants are not always there to answer for this question. If you raise the seed money correctly, you're going to raise the A and B and C and go public. If you do it wrong and you carry mistake, you will end it somewhere after second round. You're not going to be in business. That the earlier you get investment banker, the more successful you're going to be. And without naming businesses, there was few IPOs, few merger with a SPAC that didn't come out right. And one of the reason is most of them have the first investment banker came in at round D. I'm an investment banker with Eastgate Securities. It's a boutique investment bank focused on early stage in fast-growing companies, both equity and debt raising. We act as a lead advisor for smaller firms with the intent to make them bigger. If we're looking on the insurance trends overall, you have several improvements that will change the insurance industry going forward. One of the biggest impact is applied artificial intelligence, big data analytic, and one portion that everyone always miss is device technologies. Insurance is a low profit business. Any small improvement will make a big change. When we describe needs, we need to talk what they believe the needs or what the needs is. There are two different things. And no matter how experienced is the company, I see a big gap between the needs and the needs. The biggest needs is proper structure and focus management on what's important most and leave everything else for professional accountant, lawyer, bankers. You notice I didn't mention money yet. Issue number two is to understand where the value is and what value they bringing to the insurance industry. And I notice in many places, people who brought technology and don't have the background in insurance not completely understand where the value added of the product. They understand insurance needed. They believe there will be the next big things in insurance, but they are not clearly see it from the eyes of insurance executive. SPAC is a trend. As you've seen already, not always work well, or most time. The merger not always work well. It's very difficult to make SPAC merger for the number behind to work. The value added after the SPAC merger have to be to justify it in order to do it. It's appear, without having inside knowledge, that many of these SPAC been forced number to justify it. And you can see by price of stock after merger falling from $15 to $5. And there is a reason for it. Africa growing fast. East Africa slightly better. You have Nigeria in the west that is big. You have millions of customers who may not have insurance. Provide a product, use a platform, you can reach them, and you grow with much less capital needed. The capital requirement in some of African countries is lower than in Europe or US states. And maybe as a beginning, you're going to attract investors who want Africa. I will give you one very important advice to any startup. Be practical. No business success in the past succeed or will without being practical.